Welcome back to Entrepreneurs Lounge. Now, my next guest is Louise Kamanu, and she is CEO of online delivery company Modest Collections. You're very welcome to the show, Louise.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Modest Collections, online delivery company. I'm trying to join the dots, but I'll let you do it for us. What do you do?
So, Modest Collections, we collect and deliver fast. So, we started back when in 2016. I used to sell items online, getting them locally from Italy, taking photos with my phone and posting them on Facebook. I had a Facebook page, same name, Modest Collections. So with time, I learned how to import bags. I started selling them online, but delivery started being a problem. From my store to where I want the client to be taken for the item. You'll find the rider, I used to use Kaida border riders. So you'll find it used to be very hectic. They'll not get there on time. They may damage the good. I was like, you know what, I'm fed up. Let me start my online, but I'll not rebrand because it shows my journey, why I started, what I used to do. All we did, we rebranded our motto. We used to say, where modesty meets class. And right now we're saying, we collect and deliver fast. And deliver need, take it. Take it means fast. Yeah.
So from when you decided to branch out of, you were doing something else, you were having a problem with getting it delivered, did you get out of this thing you are doing and then decide to focus on this, or are you doing both of them concurrently? How is this working right now?
Right now at the moment, I decided to serve one master, and the one master that I decided to serve is the delivery business, because I realized that the attention was taking resources from one side or the other. So I decided, let me just shut down the online business and now shift it to offering the online sellers delivery services.
Thank you very much. You've touched a bit on my next question, but for clarity. So basically what Modest Collections does is it brings you convenience in terms of efficient, safe, and quick delivery of your parcels or whatever you need to deliver. However, in terms of like, if I'm the person who needs to get this done, how does it work? The business model, how do we find you? Explain to us.
So we have different methods of how individuals, and not only the individuals in the online selling business, also other firms. We have lines, like they're available on our Facebook pages, Instagram, and also Twitter. We have around 4 lines that you can call. Once you call, there's individuals waiting for you, representatives in the office. So they'll assign you the next available rider. Once they collect, they deliver to your client, you pay via our till number, because we talk about e-money all the time. All the time. Yeah.
I like that you said that, and also because we're currently, especially right now, and I'll speak specifically for Nairobi, there's been a boom in e-commerce. A lot of people buy their stuff at the convenience of their computer, and so we're seeing so many businesses, whether they're businesses that initially had set up shop, shift to the online model. With that said, what has been the reception like for your business? Because I'm thinking you must be rolling in money every night before you sleep. Where's my money blanket? What has been the reception? And who are you working with most of the major, companies that we know are working online, and how are you tapping into that space?
Yeah. How we're working right now, competition is stiff, I could say that. But to every startup, in whatever business you're starting, any venture that you're doing, starting something is very difficult. So getting your clientele base, you have to go hard in terms of marketing. Not only in your online platforms like Facebook, Instagram, you also have door-to-door marketing. Our target are not the big fish right now. We're looking at the small traders, because I want to encourage someone. If I started from somewhere very, very small, right now I'm still an SME, but my target market is who I used to be. Who I used to be is exactly the small traders right now in the business. We don't mind business from the big fish if they come once in a while, but for now our target market is the small traders. Either people selling from their small shops in town, others are selling from home, others they do something called, broker? So they pick from someone's shop and we deliver without even them being there physically. So that is my specific target right now. Yeah.
So advertising is a very vital part for any business, even Coca-Cola, which is one of the biggest brands we see new items being churned out. Adverts being churned out just to push the business, and also because of your client's market, who you're targeting. How do you reach them? How do you make yourself visible?
There's this thing we call sponsorship in Facebook and Instagram, and also we do the door-to-door. Some while back, we never used to see the weight of the door to door, but right now, every weekend, every Saturday, we have a team on the ground where we visit shops one by one. But apart from that, online gives the biggest reach in our business. Sponsoring our pages, sponsoring our adverts, and also keeping the consistency. You don't make a post today, then the next post you will post after 2 weeks. That will not give you reach. Once someone says that you're consistent, they also trust your brand. Yeah.
So in terms of reach and in terms of limit, so you know that some people will tell you this is how much we can carry, we'll help you deliver, or there are people who will say we'll even deliver for you that 2-door fridge from. In terms of limit, how far do you go in what to deliver? And in terms of reach, how far do you go? In case of someone who wants to deliver something to Kisumu, and it could be, you know, what would you provide for me in terms of packages? So what are we looking at?
So right now, the border bottles that are available right now, we're doing Nairobi and its environments. Our vision definitely this year and also sometime next year, it's in our vision board. We're looking into entering places like Thika, but right now we also partner with I will not mention the brands, right. But we've partnered with other companies that are sending parcels. So we pick parcels for clients. Maybe a client needs to send an item to Kisumu or maybe Mombasa. We'll pick your parcel from your shop and deliver it to the courier company. But it's in the vision board for us to expand. Yeah.
Now, Lois, so just to focus a little more on your story, there's something you mentioned that caught my attention. You mentioned first you were still in entrepreneurship, except this time you're doing bags and you wanted to get them to the clientele before you got into this. In terms of education, you remember my last guest, Brigitta, mentioned how she did IBA, but her passion was in tourism. It was just really in being a flight attendant. She was keen on this space. Are you doing what you studied in line, and how much would you say your education background feeds into what you later do? Where's the correlation in that?
It's ironical between what I studied and right now, but it definitely has an impact. I studied counseling psychology. I have a degree in counseling psychology. Besides that, I am a certified Kenyan Sign Language interpreter. Yeah, so I find in the field, because I interact a lot with people, I'm not the type of just sitting in the office. The counseling psychology helps me understand my employees, because every month we have an empowerment meeting where we need to strategize. I find myself understanding them more. I'm able to apply the skills, definitely listening skills, and also how I answer them back. The sign language also have the hearing impaired clients who come to drop items in our office, so I find it becomes even easier. Yeah.
So back to Modest Collections. From the point when you decided now to branch out of your original business and focus on this because you obviously saw there was a gap, when did it make sense? Because you know, when you speak to a variety of entrepreneurs, they'll tell you, I mean, I had a vision for this. When I started it out, I was faced with all these challenges, and at some point I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have stuck to what I was doing. So at what point did you feel like I really need to stick on this path? It makes sense. This is actually what I want to focus on as a business.
Yeah, there's no doubt that when I branched out, it was very hard. But I didn't do it like a one-day thing. So they were correlating. I was also selling the bags and also doing the career business because I was feeling 50-50. The first month was very difficult.
Why? I'm keen to hear these challenges.
It's very hard. People don't know you, number one, so there can be no trust. There'll always be questions of, will you run away with my things? How trusted is your rider? Can you be given cash? So with time, I can say the first 2 to 3 months, it was very, very difficult because of lack of clients, definitely. And another thing, you don't have that cash. So you've loaned it out, especially from the bank. They need their money and you're not converting sales. It can get very frustrating, but the circle that I have surrounded myself with, that is my support group, they'll just give you motivation. They're entrepreneurs, most of them. They'll give you motivation, like just press on, you never know, just press on, you know. So with time, after around the 4th month, people started accepting it. So I was like, oh, so it can actually work. So with time, and you have to be very consistent. Consistency is the key. So the more marketing I did, the more aggressiveness was in the market, the more aggressive I was in the market, I found that people are actually embracing it. And so far, so good.
So Lois, with that said, I'm a young entrepreneur back home. I mean, I'm watching you on TV. I want to do what you're doing. I'm uncertain. I don't know what to expect. 3 top tips of what advice would you give to yourself 3 years back, 4 years back, 5 years back? What are some of the most important things as an entrepreneur someone needs to know going in?
Yeah. If I knew, or if I got advice then, number one, I never knew starting up is hard. And many entrepreneurs, especially startups, this is where they collapse from, starting up. But you don't realize that when you're starting up, people don't know you. And the moment people don't know you, people will not appreciate your brand. So what do you do from here? You have to start going hard at it, which is number two. You have to go hard and believing in yourself. If you believe in your dream, there's a way that the world works to conspire to whatever that you believe in. And number three, being consistent. You have to go hard. Whether you see like it's not working out, just go hard for it. As long as you see a vision in the future, not the now. Because many entrepreneurs who are actually starting up, they look at the now. It's not about the now. If you see a vision of maybe a year from now, this thing might pay, go hard for it. Just go hard for it and it's gonna pay.
Finally, Lois, where am I going to see Modest Collections 5 years from now?
5 years from now, we're not talking about borders, we're talking about trucks.
All right.
Big trucks, and the vision is quite bright.
So I'm thinking if we're talking about big trucks, we're even talking about Kampala, we're talking about plowing the roads of Mombasa, we're talking about even just really diversifying and expanding what we're doing.
Exactly.
I love the dream. I wish you all the best in whatever you do. We're going to take a very quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we have a very exciting segment, which is our usual Quickfire Round. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs Lounge, and you're right in time for the exciting Quickfire Round. I'm really excited for this one because my two guests, before we even started, told me how they stayed up all night studying, so this should be a walk in the park, right guys? This should be a breeze. In fact, let's not waste time. Do I need to give you a brief or we go?
Let's go.
I
need a more Kenya, but
I'll
it's
give
okay.
you a brief for the sake of the audience at home.
Okay.
Not for you guys. You guys look like you're ready to just regurgitate, guys. What did you study though? So I can see if you are right on course. Have you ever studied for an exam and then when you go, they said from where you didn't study?
Exactly.
This might be it. But anyway, so for this quick fire round, what happens is I'll ask 5 very general questions. The trick is to say out the correct answer. And you say it out fast. The person who says it out first gets a point. If you say it at the same time, you will have the point. Everyone will get half. At the end of the round, the person with the highest correct answers will be crowned our quick fire, usually king or queen, but in this case, only queen. And then we usually have a tiara for the queen, which shall be handed to you as you exit. A lot of people, we've had shows where people have fought, like literally people gotten physical because of how it's like real white pink diamonds with diamond encrusted embroidery. So ready, guys? We're going into the quick fire round. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Lois, you know what? I feel like just giving it to Nyawira. Lois, you're so unconfident.
Okay, let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Quick fire question number 1. What do you call a person who works for someone else?
Should be an employee.
Yes, half a point each. Question number 2. This is multiple choice. All the ones I'm going to mention are the typical structure for a business plan, except all the ones below are the typical structure for a business plan, except number 1, executive summary, number 2, financial plan, number 3, operational plan, number 4, borrowing plan. Which of these is not part of a typical structure for a business plan? Quick, guys!
I think borrowing plan.
Yes! Fine! Half again. Guess someone needs to speak quicker. I need a real winner. We're not going to break her down.
We're going to break it half-half. Take it half-half.
Question number 3. So far, each one has a point because half-half. Question number 3. An agreement that gives buyers the right to sell a product on behalf of an already established enterprise is called, I'll say it again, an arrangement. An arrangement. The key word here is arrangement. That gives buyers the right to sell a product on behalf of an already established enterprise is called?
An agency.
No. Hold on.
For example, and guys, when I give you this example, you have to say quickly so that I get a winner. For example, you approach KFC. It's an already established.
Are you a sales rep or something?
It's already an established enterprise. You enter into an agreement to sell under their model. What do you call that?
You're not a franchise?
Starts with an S, no franchise. Is it?
Yes, but now what do you call this? A word? I told you the keyword is arrangement. So what's the arrangement called? I'm going to throw my camera guy off set if he's not careful. You know what? I'll give you half a point. It's a franchising agreement. So you came close enough. What do you mean, come on?
You said franchise.
Yeah. Oh, she said franchise?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Half a point again. You guys, this question has to break the tie. We're not breaking that tiara. We're not breaking it. So what's that? What is it now? 1.5 each. Okay. Question number 4. I launched Virgin Records in 1973. Today, Virgin Group holds more than 200 companies in more than 30 countries. Who am I? Okay. Right. So 2.5, 1.5. You can catch up. This is such an easy one. I don't want you to catch up because I want that crown to stay intact, but we'll try. Finally, final question of the day. It's so easy too, so I need someone to speak real quick. I founded the world's largest software business with Paula Lynn.
And I was going to say Alibaba, I'm like, no way.
Yes,
So she goes with it.
She's our Quickfire Round queen today. You put up a good
Her
fight.
down there with the
I will split it. It's okay.
So today's Quickfire Round, I'll let you say the name Lois so you're not a sore loser. Who's the winner? Brigitta! Congratulations,
Thank you.
Brigitta. And that's where we wrap it up today on Entrepreneurs Lounge. And you have to agree with me, it's been a wonderful show. If you're in the business of traveling and you're looking for that premium destination, then Mint Safari is obviously the company for you. And if you're obviously one person who buys online or just wants your parcels delivered, then obviously Louise Kamanu of Modest Collections is the girl for you. That's all we had for you today. And we were shooting at King's Post, which is our new location. Don't go anywhere because we have so much more amazing programming coming your way.